everyone, Dr. Silvestro. Just made a brief video to orient you to the class. It won't take very long, but it can be helpful for giving you the highlights of what to expect, some tips, and some just general things about the class. So as I said in my Get to Know You video, I really love teaching this class. I think helping skills is something that everyone can really benefit from. And it's an online class, but I like to try and make it as applied as possible, so you will notice that there are discussion board activities and some things due later in the semester where you're actually demonstrating and practicing these skills. So even though it's online, there are still an expectation that you're going to be practicing some of these skills in your daily life. So just be prepared, and I hope that you enjoy it. Quickly, so you know, this is where we are on Canvas. This is my kitty Figaro, who's waving you in. I'm a big fan of all my cats. He's grown since then. He's now a proper little cat goblin. He grumbles a lot, but he's a great cat. Anyway, so the syllabus, the semester, what to expect. This is a 3-credit course online. If you need to get a hold of me, please email me. My email's right there. You could call my office phone. I think I've maybe had 4 people do that since I've worked at NKU for the last 6 years. It's much easier to get a hold of me online through my email. And I check my email all the time because I'm addicted to technology like everybody else. And if you want to meet with me at any time this semester, either in my office or over Zoom, we can arrange that. Here's some of the learning outcomes and the textbook. This is listed here, but I actually have a photo of the text in our Canvas page, where right below where this video is posted, or right above, actually. I just want to encourage you to get the book. Some people try to get through the class without the book, and you can, but people are rarely going to get a good grade without the book, and it is also, I just think, well written and a good resource, and it will have a lot more examples of helping skills, and getting exposure to examples of what these things look like and sound like is really helpful when you're learning helping skills. Attendance and participation. Everyone to stay in the class has to log in by Thursday at 5. If you are watching this, you probably already did that. But no one needs to email me. I can see how long you've been in Canvas and when you've been in Canvas, so don't worry about that. Participation. Participation is important in this class. Discussion boards are an important part of the class, and you know, I know that some people probably find that annoying when their classes have a lot of discussion boards, but I think you'll see that it actually makes a lot of sense with this content for us to have a lot of discussions. But your participation, you showing up as yourself, is really important. I also will encourage people to be appropriate and respectful, because sometimes we might talk about topics that are sensitive or challenging, so please do be respectful. If you have questions about assignments or anything in the class, please don't hesitate to reach out. I'm generally very responsive. I just encourage people, don't wait 48 hours before an assignment is due to start reaching out to me about questions, because then I know maybe they weren't paying attention or staying caught up. You may have something where you try to turn in an assignment and something doesn't go well. For example, we have a video due at 2 videos due at the end of the year. I always have people who have tech issues. That's okay. Let me know. That's fine. But just make sure you understand what you're supposed to do. We have 4 major categories of assignments in this class. The first are skill quizzes, interactive skill quizzes. We're going to have 4 quizzes throughout the semester. Those are kind of my tests, and we'll have one about a month after the semester starts, and then obviously 3 more. My tip for you is the first and last are going to be a little bit more your classic multiple choice, fill in the blank, and the 2 in the middle are a little bit more creative. I won't say more than that really, but you'll be creatively coming up with some helping skill responses. So they're all kind of different. They're all open book, but they are timed. So I know that, you know, you're welcome to refer to your book, refer to your notes, but all the quizzes are timed so that if you're completely lost, you're going to have if you haven't been keeping up, you're going to have a hard time doing well, but I want you to definitely have access to your book and notes. You also have 6 journals, and these journals will connect to kind of the prompts that we're going through, the chapters that we're going through at that time. But I like these journals because they're an opportunity for you to go a little bit deeper than you might on discussion boards. You know, I understand that there are things you might want to say in class that you might not go as deep, whereas a journal between me and you might feel more comfortable. But the most important thing is that you do those journals, and they need to be 300 to 500 words. So that's generally about a page and a half, 2 pages on Microsoft Word double-spaced. I just say that for reference. Most people pretty much just enter in on Canvas, like feel free to type it in. Just make sure it's 300 to 500 words to get full points. We do have weekly activities and discussion board posts. This class is pretty regular in kind of having a little bit of work due every week. It's not a ton of work, but it is consistent. And a reason for that is that when you're trying to develop a new habit, you have to do it somewhat consistently, right? Like if you're going to exercise and try to develop an exercise habit, if you just do it once a month, you're going to have a hard time developing a habit. So we have discussion boards every week, and sometimes those discussion boards will include activities that relate to the reading, such as you learn about a skill. I encourage you to go and have a 10-minute discussion with someone trying to use that skill, and the discussion board is you reporting back. I share that because I encourage you, don't wait until they are due Sunday at 11:59 to read them, because you might not have time to get it done. Look at it at least earlier in the week. And if I didn't say this earlier, and I know I said this in an announcement, almost everything in class is going to be class opens Tuesday at 4, everything is due Sunday at 11:59 p.m. The only exceptions to that are during finals week, when some of your final pieces are due at slightly different times because it's finals week and I need time to grade them. So I like to keep things consistent so it's easy to remember and do. But back to discussion boards, make sure you read the prompts earlier in the week, and also remember it is a discussion board, so I require that you respond to at least one person in the class. And if you don't respond to someone, you can earn a maximum of 13 points. And if you do respond to someone, you can earn a maximum of 20 points. I almost always give people full points, but I might take points off if it seems like you're not even responding to my prompt. But again, I think this really is an enjoyable class, so I hope you engage with the work, because I think it is usually fairly pleasant and you learn a lot about yourself and others. The last major project is the exploration skills demonstration. So this is a video project, and you would do 2 rounds of this. Basically, sometime in November before Thanksgiving, you will turn in a 7-minute video of you practicing helping skills, and then and a reflection paper. And I will give you a lot of feedback, and then you do it again during finals week. And the first one is worth 60 points. The second round is worth 100 points. And so again, this is an opportunity for you to actually use the skills that we're talking about in a live, non-scripted session with a volunteer client. And so do read through the syllabus here. I have a lot of tips about volunteers, what kinds of scenarios are appropriate for that assignment, and we'll certainly talk about it more in class. I just want to get you used to going to the syllabus as like our contract, our Bible, our Constitution. It will be useful to you and give you important details, but I'm always willing to chat and answer questions. So standard grading point system as other undergraduate classes. I will report midterm grades. And again, I will always, here is our course schedule. You can always go to the syllabus and see what are we talking about, what do I need to read, and what is due. So the syllabus, everything is posted. You should have everything that you need, and just do everything, and everything for this week will be due Sunday at 11:59 p.m. And thus we will go through this semester. We don't have class on fall break. We could, because it's like a week-long class, but I think, technically if our class opens on Tuesday, it's under the auspices of fall break, and so I give you that week off. But another thing about the class is I will often, I think especially for like quiz 2 and quiz 3 and quiz 4, I will often open it for 2 weeks, and it's due, so quiz 2 will be due the week of fall break, but you can do it before, you can do it after. I just like to give you time, since this is an online class, to make the class fit into your schedule as possible. There are a lot of other things here about, that you may or may not care about in a syllabus, but I think it is important to make sure that you understand your rights as a student. If you need accommodations for any reason due to any kind of differing ability, make sure that you go to our Student Office of Accessibility and ask for what you need, and they can communicate with professors like me to say if you need things like extra testing time, etc. We want to be an inclusive, safe atmosphere in this class. We want to be respectful to each other. My gender pronouns are she, her, hers. Dr. Silvestro, let me know if you are listed as a name and you want to be called something different. I'm happy to refer to you by whatever name and pronoun you desire. If you have, a lot of these things, just be appropriate. be kind, be truthful, be ethical, and we will be fine. Please review this course at the end of the semester. I always really value student feedback. I'm open to making changes to the class based on feedback needs. And that's it for now. So I really look forward to getting started with you. I hope you guys had a nice summer, and I look forward to starting soon. Take care of yourselves. Bye.